Hey YouTube, welcome to another Zendikar Rising draft on Twitch. We got Twitch chat over there. They can say hello should they feel like it. Be aware, I'll be interacting with them. This is a Twitch stream, but putting it up on YouTube for posterity's sake. We've got a Zagras. And other cards that aren't Zagras. That's about it. We're going to take Zagras. We're going to try to get into Black-Red Party. Coming back around, we might get the Subtle Strike. We might get the Casual's Fury. We might even get the Ambusher. All of those I'd be very happy with. The Stonework Pack Beast I'd be the happiest with, but that's not going to come back around. But I'll take a Zagras and feel pretty dang good about it. Pack's fairly weak. The pack's not... I've seen worst packs. Like, I like Infiltrator. I love Geyser Mage. I've come up on Anti-Cog. I like Packwork Beast. It's not the best pack. It's not the worst pack. Have I played with him yet? I have at least once or twice. But then we get the bluest pack that ever blued. So there's a Merfolk Falconer, which I don't think I have ever resolved. Ever. I don't think I've ever picked it. There's a Royal Mage, which I like quite a bit. That's about it. Like, Gnarlid Colony's fine. Course Element's great for the Clerics deck. But I think we just take the best card in the pack. Any cool people in my pod? Probably not. I'm the only cool person, right? We've got Mr. Coffee Bean here. I think we just take the Falconer. It's a very good card. It doesn't obviously go with what we first picked, but don't get married to your first picks. And then we get two great pieces of black removal. Let's get married to our first pick. Yeah, we're going to take the Deadly Alliance here. It's the best card in the pack anyways. Like, oh, sorry, there's a Royal Eruption here too as well. For whatever reason, this art never ever strikes me as, hey, best red card in the best red common in the set. It's an interesting discussion as to whether Deadly Alliance or Royal Eruption is better. Royal Eruption obviously goes face and just finishes opponents off. This is unconditional removal. We can kill, X6s. This cuts red, though. Kind of cuts red. And this really leaves black wide open. That's a tough decision, but I think I'll take Royal Eruption for that slight versatility of hitting the opponent's face, even though it means that there will be the occasional creature that we can't easily kill. So let's pick it up. Well, there's the Pack Beast that I was hoping for. There's a Spellcraft, which I would play, but people don't value this card for some reason. There's a Gloom Hunter and a Blood Price, which are not something I'm super stoked in for a Black-Red Party deck. I'll play the Gloom Hunter. I might even play the Blood Price, but Pack Beast is just going to be the best here. We could be Blue-Black Splash Zagras. That's true. Or Blue-Red Splash Zagras. But let's see where we end up. I'll take a Subtle Strike here. The blue card's not getting me super into blue. The red cards are deeply mediocre. Green, meh. White, meh. Easy Subtle Strike here. Super late Feed the Swarm. I'll take a Feed the Swarm for sure. Like, the card's obviously better in the Clerics deck where you're gaining a ton of life, but I'll pay whatever life I need to kill the things that are scary. Gary in Nature, thank you very much for the 19-month resub there. There's also a Molten Blast, Pyroclastic Hellion. There's also a Zoff Consumption, but we're taking Feed the Swarm. Easy peasy. Arena, there we go. Not much. Shepherd's the best card in the pack. I don't think we're missing the voice or the hunger at all. So I think I take the Shepherd just in case we get past a whole bunch of late white stuff here and we could end up into like a black-white deck. But I'm not missing anything by passing these two cards. And then there's no white cards and there's nothing but black-red, so whatever. We could take an Ardent Electromancer. Getting a Wizard seems good, and it can lead to some pretty nice turns, getting a whole bunch of extra mana there. Yeah, we got Zagras, pack one, pick one. There's also a Skulker, which I would play. There's a Highborn Vampire, which I'm not excited about, and I'm never playing this card, and this card's only going to go in red-white. So let's grab that Electromancer. Teeter Peak came back. I will play a Teeter Peak in this deck, you betcha. I don't like this card, even in the party deck. 6 mana is so much. Let's take the Teeter Peak. We'll take a Skitter Sneak. Skitter Sneak seems fine. It's a rogue. It's going to help our party. Maybe it turns on, but probably not. But I like it better than the Blood Price, and I'm not playing Tuk Tuk Rebel Fort. Bad card is bad. Blood Priest is fine. 2-drop. Can be aggressive. Has a party. It's not a mind drain. Seems good. Seems good. We'll pick it up. Blood Price, we're not going to play it, but we'll take it for signaling purposes. Scavenged Blade, not going to play it. Take it for signaling purposes. Pyroclastic Hellion, last pick. Doesn't have a party type on it, but I don't mind the card. Don't mind it one bit. Well, Sidian, what were you saying about pack 1? Pick 1 looking like a bad pack? Because this pack is trash. Absolute garbage. I think I'm pack 2 pick 1ing an Ardent Electromancer. Like, we don't even have a card to talk about until we get to Drown a Silencer. And it will come back around, as will the Skitter Sneak, as will the Rage. Yeah, there's a Geyser Mage and a Journey. But even that's not an amazing pack. Like, I do feel kind of bad first picking a Geyser Mage. I don't mind first picking a Journey to Oblivion, but I think I'm just going to take the Electromancer here. Okay. So Warrior helps our curve into our Electromancers. It helps the class. It's a Goblin Arsonist at the worst. I think it's better than the second Blood Priest, the third Electromancer. There's a question as to whether the Sky Dancer is better here. But I mean, these packs just aren't breaking our way, right? Like, what was taken out of this? Maybe a Deadly Alliance? But also quite possibly a Capture Sphere. Or a Snare. Bubble something. Bubble Snare. Got there. So we'll take the Fireblade Charger. Still feel pretty bad about it. Oh, now we get an Akoum Warrior. This is a better pack. Bubble Snare, Royal Mage, Fledgling, Warrior, Regrowth. Just not quite for us. Don't I want Priests? Priests? What Priests? Really good chance Black will be cut into this direction. Yeah, because of that one pack that we passed that had the Feed and the Deadly Alliance and yada yada. And we took the Royal Eruption. So I guess we're trying to pick up our red on this path. Do you mean Clerics, Yargle? I need every party member. We got an Ambusher. Pack 2 definitely wanted me to go to red, white, or black, white. A little bit, yeah. There was a lot of white in those first two, and even here there's a lot of white. But I think I'm just on this Teeter Peak. Malachir Rebirth is fine, but it wheels sometimes. And I don't want the Silencer, I don't want the Skitter Sneak, I don't want the Cleansing Wildfire. So let's take the Ambusher here. We get a Skulker, I suppose. We're definitely taking the bad cards here. Skitter Sneak's a decent rogue, but like, we're not putting stuff in their graveyard. We're not milling them. So it's frequently going to be a 3-4 for 4. Let's take that Skulker. Blood Beckoning might have been the pick there as well. I'll take the Spellcraft for sure. There's a lot of white coming. I don't know that much of the white is telling me that it's open. Like, Shepherd is good. I think people do overrate it. Like, you're not playing 5 of them. And you're never happy first picking one. It's a card you always want. But, like, that's not telling me white's open. That's not telling me white's open. That's not telling me white's open. That's probably not telling me white's open. There's just a lot of it here. Take the Spellcraft. Now that might tell me white's open. It's a mildly late Felidar. We'll take the Sky Dancer here. We're probably a little bit light on rogues. 3 rogues. 3 rogues, 4 warriors, 2 wizards, 1 cleric. Okay, we do actually want some clerics. But we'll take the Sky Dancer. It will start to help make our Skitter Sneak feel better. We don't need the 3rd Electromancer just yet. Scorch Rider also would be fine, but let's take the Sky Dancer. What's our creature count like? Probably pretty high, eh? 13 already. I think I'll take the second spellcraft over the first rider here, but I do want a rider. I don't want a wildfire, I don't want a hunger, I don't want a dreadworm, I don't want a voice. Let's take the spellcraft. Rage, maybe we play it. Doubtful, but maybe. Did I? Yeah, I did take a double face card. There we go. Yeah, we'll take the Rage, but I don't think it's going to make the deck. I'll take another Blood Priest. That'll help our Cleric count a little bit. Doubt will play a Mind Drain. I really don't like these silencers. Lost Nation JC, thank you very much for that 5-month resub. Yeah, we'll take another Skitter Sneak. I don't know if we're going to play 2. Yeah, we haven't seen many pack beasts. Remember, there's only 2 on average in a pack, though, right? Or in a pool. And we already took the 1. Blood Chief's Thirst, you betcha. Not really a discussion here. We're not taking Rider or this or this or this or this over it. Easy, easy, easy Bloodthirst. Feel like Silencer could have been 5 mana, no problem. Yeah, I agree. 6 mana is insane. Like, that's so much mana. But Blood Chief's Thirst is great. Get in there. So what are we probably cutting? We're probably cutting one of these sneaks. Maybe the Hellion. That's about it so far that I'm like unhappy to have. I'm not even unhappy to have a Hellion, just maybe not in this deck. Yeah, it would have given even more black removal, right? So here we get a Deadly Alliance, which I'll pick up. It's better than a Grotag Night Runner. This card's just... It has a lot of good words on it and doesn't do what you want it to do. It's fine. You'll play it, but we're not taking it over a Deadly Alliance. There's also another Feedless Worm here. What are you? Blue, red? Blue, red. And we're at, what, 22, 21. We're looking for 2 more playables here. 15 creatures. We got 3 clerics, 6 rogues, 5 warriors, and 3 wizards. Well, Ravager's Mace does some work in this deck. There's also a Song Mad Treachery. There's also a Sneaking Guide. There's also a Sky Dancer. And Sneaking Guide is not as good as I thought. You have to pay to do that. I know in the set review I commented on that, but that at some point I forgot that you have to pay for its ability, and that makes it trash. Thwart the Grave. Haha. Our deck is open in this direction. Our deck is wide open in this direction. So there's our deck right now as is. We would play this 17 lands. Well, 16 lands plus a warrior. Yeah, we've got a ton of 2-drops. Bad pack is bad. So I think I'll take 20 gems. Thanks for the 20 gems, I guess. There we go. Spark Mage is great. It's a wizard, which we are a little bit light on, and it's going to kill things. It's going to kill things good. Molten Blast for the sideboard. I'd actually main deck a Molten Blast in many red decks, but I don't think we're desperate for it here, and I wanted those 20 gems. So now we got to make a cut, and I think it'll be that Skitter Sneak that I had mentioned before. Yeah. Maybe just the Hellion, actually. Here we've got another Feed the Swarm, which we may or may not have room for. There's the argument for a Colossus, but I don't think we need it. And like when it can't come down early, or when it does just die to like some X5s, doesn't feel great. Nothing we're going to play here. Let's take a Mind Drain for the sideboard, perhaps. I think I might want a Blood Beckoning. Like, especially if they answer Zagras. Let's pick up a Blood Beckoning. Let's cut one of these feeds, because we're not really gaining life. And then we're going to want to cut another non-creature spell. We can cut one of these synchronized spellcrafts. You're bad. You're deeply mediocre. We'll take another synchronized spellcraft, I suppose. I like this deck. This deck looks fine. This deck looks like it can steal some wins quite handily. Oh. Well, there's our Molten Blast for the sideboard, should we want it. What's our rogue count? 6. Not desperate for a sneaking guide. I don't think I'm going to main this Molten Blast in this deck, even though I said that I would. But it's nice to have for the side. Well, we get our choice here. I think here is where I'm pretty happy to grab a Grow Tag. I'll put a Grow Tag in over one of these Skitter Sneaks. I don't need Pollock Predation. I'm not terribly that into that card that much anymore. This deck is going to turn 4 Zagras, and it's going to be awesome. We can hope. We can hope. Cleansing Wildfire. Sure. Look at that. 40 gems. I'm rich. I have paid for 1/40th of a draft or something like that. Just got to do that 40 more times and we'll have a free draft. Good thing Marina's economy is very free to play and user friendly. Let's cut a mountain for the Zakum Warrior, and I think we just jam this. Removal if the opponent has a Shaya. That's true. That's true. That's true. We do have the Wildfire against a Shaya. Let's jam. Let's jam. Let's jam. I saw people were very confused because my thumbnail for the Twitch stream that went up yesterday had a $sign instead of a number sign. It was an accident, and I was so far into the thumbnail production that I didn't want to go back and fix it. But we can say that it was me making a comment on Arena's economy or something. This will work. We'll find a swamp. We'll find a swamp. I do need to turn my audio up a touch. I can't quite hear the magical sounds. I hope I don't have to play that warrior as a land. Aggro, cool. Block your aggro. It is nice having my fan on too and it not affecting the audio. Thank goodness for my ludicrously expensive graphics card. Okay. Well, let's attack. Get in for 3. Because that's about all we're doing. That's all we're doing. We'll find a swamp. Famous last words. It's Arena. Fair. Fair. They're finding mountains and swamps, and I don't much care for it. Oh, my back has been killing me lately. Blight Priest. All right, I got a Night Runner. Pass the turn. Pass the turn. We should probably be an adult and play that Akum Warrior at some point. No turn 4 Zagras. Nope. What's been up with my back? Oh, getting old, I guess. Just wake up and my back hurts. Everything hurts. I'm old. Black Bloom Rogue. All right, we might just Royal Eruption that. I don't want to deal with no 5/3. Don't want to deal with 5/3 at all. Everything just sucks now? Yup. That's age. That's age. We may not have to just kill it right now, though. Let's hold up and flash in a Sky Dancer. Let's continue establishing the board and get a flyer going. You relate so much, yeah. Relic Vial. I don't like that. That's a Molten Blast target. It's a Molten Blast target and a half. That does make me want that Cleric to die, though. Sky Dancer in, mill. What do we get? Another cleric and a grow tag. Okay. 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 I see what you're doing. You're gonna sack your charger and kill my Sky Dancer? That's fair. That's fair. You hate official or gaming chairs personally? You never find them comfortable? Yeah, this chair is not the most comfortable. Not at all. Not one bit. What can you kill? You can kill my choice. I really want that Blight Priest to go away, because I don't want them drawing cards. And we can kill the rogue. We can kill the rogue. If you don't like office or gaming chairs, what kind of chairs do you like? That doesn't leave many chairs. We could get in for one here. I don't hate it. Rocking chairs, fair. Loungers, Shea lounges, Adirondack chairs, Muskoka chairs, lawn chairs, kitchen chairs, dining room chairs. There's a lot of options, I suppose. Comfy chairs, recliners, lazy boys. Null Priest kicked. Gross. Gross. Well, we can Blood Chief's Thirst that for free. Well, not for free, but for one. And then we can Royal Eruption whatever they play. It's fine. Wooden preferably. Softer chairs do your back in. Makes sense, makes sense. Alright, so we're going to kill off the Blight, or the Null Priest. Get rid of that. Draw your card. Or no, you don't draw, you drain. Drain fine. Drain's fine. Drain's fine. And then we're going to kill the Black Bloom Rogue here, actually. Because then we can just get aggressive. We can come on and slam. I feel like they're going to protect that Blight Priest. They're not. Fine by me. Let's get a Skulker down. So we've cleared their board, established our board, taken a whole bunch of hits to our life total, but that's fine. Wonder what they're splashing blue for? I don't know. No, my Akum Warrior and my Swamp. Whatever will I do? Jesus, Blight Priests. Alright, Ravager's Mace is going to be +3. And Manache. So we're going to give that to the Ambusher. And then we're going to come on and slam. Just a cool, casual 8. Trade, you got it. Cool, casual 6. Cool, casual 5. Getting rewarded for being greedy earlier is nice. Where was I greedy? Swamp, boo. We do want to play that, though, so that we can double pump. Rude. All right, we'll get it in for 2, and then we'll hook this mace up. They're down to 1 card. They are in top deck mode, I would assume. They're on a 4-turn clock here. A blade. Sure. All right. Who can top deck better? Our opponent. Our opponent can top deck. Talking about the land creature. Looked away and now you're confused? Is this best of 3? Yep. Always best of 3 here. I would not play anything but. God dang it, deck. All right, let's get in for 3. Take him to 6. I'll take 5. Pack Beast? Oh, so if they have a wizard or a spell, I die. And if they don't, they die. So if I don't attack, they play, let's say, a wizard. They kill the pack beast. They attack in. I'm forced to block. I have nothing left. I'm just dead the next turn. So yeah, we're going to make them have it. Yep, we're dead. We were dead the whole time. We were dead the whole time. It was close. It was close. Molten Blast. Get rid of a... Man, maybe a feed just because we... Well, maybe a Blood Beckoning. I like having as much removal as possible against this deck. All right, let's go back in. Yeah, we drew too many lands there at the end. If we hadn't have drawn, like, what? At least 2, maybe 3 lands in a row. Hey, we got a battle. How many people did we get? We got 68? Okay, we should be fine for this battle. What's our hand look like? We're going to play first. Hand looks awful. Awful. If I was on the play, I'd keep it. I'd snap keep it. But we are on the draw. Or we're on. If I was on the draw, I'd snap keep it. Look at that. We crushed him. Gabretternerhund with the most kills and assists. 5 gold, Upaxton with a buster, Jailor with a bomber, Mobile Jamfran with a buster. Gonna get my things. Gonna get my things. And then we're gonna go do a treasure chest battle. Yeah, we're gonna maul that. Treasure chest battle, I'm gonna pop down a tank, deal with this spider. Pop your units down every 5 minutes, and we'll get back to that battle. This looks better. This looks a lot better. And we'll pitch... Did they have many X1s? They did not have many X1s at all, right? They were all X2s and X3s. I do like having it really early, though. Nah, we've got better removal. Mountain Indigo. Bloodchief's Thirst. Hey, look at that. Better removal. Right on time. Skulker? Sure. Yeah, they're red-black clerics, which is interesting. So what do? We flash in Sky Dancer. We play Electromancer. We get 2 mana back. So if we top deck like a swamp, we could potentially play, I guess, Ravager's Mace or something. Yeah, let's do that. And I don't think the plan will be to trade rogues here. Not unless they throw like a blade on it or something. So we'll just take 2. Oh, hello. Yeah, they are very cleric-y. So we pop this down and we only have 2 red mana to work with. That's not very much. So maybe we mace it up and try to start a bit of a race here. That feels very dangerous. Let's offer the trade. There's no way they're going to take it, and I think we'll drop the Skulker. And this always gets a counter? Always gets a counter, but if there's a cleric, they can draw a card and lose a life. But they don't have it. If it's a cleric that dies, they draw a card and lose a life. Okay. 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 Sure, that's fine. They are going for the race. Oh, there's my swamp. So we Ardent Electromancer, we get 2 mana back, and we can throw a Mace on the Sky Dancer. And then next turn we can just Bloodchief's Thirst Tabaraks. Seems good. Seems good. Do I need to keep any specific mana? I need to keep that black, right? Because I'll get black, red, red. All right. Ardent Electromancer. Mace up the Sky Dancer. It looks like they missed a land drop there as well, I think. Get in for 4. And we got a race. Yeah, now we know. Well, they have clerics because of Tabaraks, but they also have clerics probably just because of the vial. Mind drain me? Dang it. I needed those things. At least we're still really winning the race. I needed those. Stop looking at them. They're not yours. I will take 2 because they know they're not blocking with it. Yike. Pass the turn. Come on, deck. Don't do this. That was a very good mind drain. Very good mind drain. Ugh. Opponent just has our deck, but it better. Mind drains always trigger you. Mind drains are pretty good. Well, I mean, we're still getting in for 4 every turn with this Electromancer, right? Nope, not anymore. Jesus. They've just got all the removal. And we've got all the lands. We've got all the lands. It's more triggering Mind Drain or Crab Theory. Crab Theory is amazing. I love Crab Theory. Crab Theory is the best theory. You should always draft Crab Theory. We were not winning through that land screw or land flood. Yeah, our deck has a Zagras. We just needed to actually show up. That match did suck. That match was definitely extremely not fun. Would have been nice if it asked me if that match was fun, because I would have clicked the sad face. Sad face would have been clicked. Well, let's see if we can 2-1. Show me a good hand. Show me a good hand. Keep it. It's not good. We'll keep it. How's the deck? The deck looks good, but we just got crushed. We'll keep this. At the very least, it's an Electromancer on 3. Let's not keep the 1-2 train running. Last week there was an 0-2. It wasn't just 1-2s. The Mulligan. Not had much luck with Black-Red. Some people say Black-Red's the best deck in the format. But some people say a lot of things. Ooh, Pack Beast on 2. Perfect. Makes our Electromancer look a little bit better. Says first draft of the day. It is. We'll be here till 10 p.m. Very long stream today. Because at 8, I'll be doing Among Us for a couple hours. I will take 2. Can't stop me. Deck. Deck, please. Let's get in for 2. You rocked blue-green to the most Rovies? Blue-green's pretty good. You can make black-red just based on commons. Yeah, that's one of the nice things, right? Like black-red, you don't even need anything, right? Like, what do you... Well, Zagras makes it better, sure. But otherwise, meh. But, as I have said a lot, the best deck is the one that's open at your table. By far. If you want to trade everybody here, I think I'm cool to go back to square one. And the worst deck is the one that's not open. Last 5 drafts have been blue-red. I haven't had blue-red in forever. I love blue-red. Blue-red's really fun. Blue-green kicker and black-white are the most powerful when they come together. I can agree with that. I do think that people get way too tied up into synergy. In Magic in general. I think in limited Magic, the past kind of year, people have gotten very much into my deck is synergistic, and it does this and does this and does this and does this and does this, and I'm very clever for having built this synergistic deck. And I think it kind of results in people not doing good draft fundamentals, and I think this format does reward good draft fundamentals. I think you can go blue-red, not quite get all of the wizard stuff that you need together, and still end up with a very good like blue-red tempo deck or a blue-red aggro deck, maybe not blue-red wizards deck. And I think getting too stuck on pushing for that synergy can just result in a not good deck ending up. But that's my rant about synergy. And I think a big part of that is because, like, Ikoria, for example, was an on-rails draft format. You were given, this is your color, these are the 12 cards that you are allowed to draft, and you will end up with a deck that wins. And that's one of the reasons I hated that format so much. So I think I just want to, I kind of want to get real aggro here, but we should be an adult and save that Deadly Alliance for something really scary. So let's just get in for 3. WotC's been pushing synergy a lot. Yeah, they have had a couple of formats that have been very on rails, which I think are bad draft formats. I think that's a very bad set design. You got a trick here? In mono black? Malachor Rebirth. Sure. So I still dealt 2 to you. I guess you get to draw a card. Yeah, that's why I liked Core Set. I like draft formats where you're rewarded for being a good drafter and evaluating cards on the fly, rather than just following, some guide or something. And here's not, yeah, like the stupidly good uncommon signpost cards. It just kind of dumbs down draft a little bit, right? Back in my day, as a Magic paper boomer, we had to draft a pile of cards and hope that we got enough playables. Verazol, well, there's a Deadly Alliance target. Nope, that ain't biting nothing. Good try, though. Good try. Oh, deck, just stop. Back in my day, I drafted every spider spawning. Dang right. Let's pump that. In for 5, drop him to 9. They can't have anything better than a Verazol, right? Right. But yeah, I tend to like core sets a lot when they're, relatively flat power level. This set is relatively flat power level, which is why I like it. And the archetypes. I think the archetypes aren't as strong in this format because you can fall into the different decks, right? Like I've had so many black-white party decks. A Gnarlid Colony, eh? So we could get in for 2, take them to 7. And then we've got them on a 4-turn clock in the air. They're at 6 cards. No, probably just not to attack here. Hey, Strix, how's it going? I think it's good to have a variety of formats, and it doesn't seem like they'll do something like Ikoria sets very often. I hope not. Ikoria was some of the least fun I've had in a very long time. Did not like that set. Territorial Scythe Cat? Sure. Eldraine was an amazing format. Yeah, Eldraine has become my favorite format that is not unstable. Unstable is number 1, but it's kind of a special case now, isn't it? So they drew their lands, they'll play their land, they'll get their Scythe Cat, and we're just going to kill them in the air. Whoop. That also turns on our Skitter Sneak, actually. Ooh, wow. Okay, well then. Let's say we kill their Scythe Cat. We deal 6, take them to 3. No, we kill their Gnarlid Colony. Kill their Gnarlid Colony. They may be locked into trading Pack Beast with Scythe Cat. Let's do that. Kill that. Smashy, smashy. Do they go to 1? Force the trade. Yeah, perfect. Lethal? Did I have lethal? I don't think I had lethal. Don't you just face and attack all for lethal? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, if you do math, yeah. But I didn't do math. There's a saying about math. And I'll have you know that I was not the blocker in that situation there. Therefore, no math. No math here. No math. We got him. We got him through our lethal that we actually had there. For some reason, because yeah, there's nothing they could have done, right? Because they were going to take the extra 2 off the Pack Beast. For some reason, I had just in my head been like, Pack Beast cannot attack. I think we're just going back in here. Our deck did its thing. Let's hope it keeps doing its thing. What did somebody say? The bots ruined Eldraine for you? Yeah, like if you were playing bot draft, then Eldraine was awful. But that has nothing to do with Eldraine and everything to do with bots being awful, and also best of one being awful. But bots were the worst part there. Yeah, Eldraine's great now. Still don't really ever want to play at best of one. Like best of one can get out of here. But best of 3, that format is amazing. This seems like a good hand. We'll find a swamp. This dude finally showed up. Am I liking Arena more now? No. 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 Arena still has extraordinary problems that I dislike. I dislike the economy. I dislike the prize structure. I dislike that they're really de-emphasizing limited. I dislike how much they're emphasizing best of one. There's still a lot of bugs. I dislike how much work they put into things like pets and not making the game work. There's a lot that I don't like about Arena still. I also don't like that I'm not drawing lands. I don't think we're doing anything here. I think we're just passing the turn. Why is best of 3 so much better than best of 1 for Eldraine? Best of 1 is just bad. Best of 1 is just not how limited Magic should be played. You need to have best of 3 in order to reduce variance. We're going to go with this here and still not do anything. So Magic is a high variance game. People don't like to mention how much luck it is. People really prefer to think of Magic as being a super skill-based game, and there's a lot of skill to it, but there is a lot of luck to it. And best of 3 allows you to not just lose an entire match that determines how much money you are going to win or lose, because, you know, I'm a streamer, I'm a content creator, I'm playing more than 1 draft a week. I pay to do my drafts. And as a result, I want to have those 3 games. You know, I don't want to be stuck on drawing 3 mountains the entire game and losing, because that's the way that my deck happened to go. If it's best of 3, I can have this happen once, and I can go into game 2 and hopefully get to a game 3 and come out on top of that match. Yeah. So did they did not kick that? Why is it why is all this? Because it's indestructible? Because it's indestructible. We are gonna go, I guess, just with some blood priests here. They're not really attacking. We've got our removal held up for whatever big things are coming. So yeah, let's just do this and pass the turn. But yeah, it's all about reducing variance. Semulin talks about this sometimes, where, you know, if you're a bad player, you would love to play best of 1 against the world champion, because 3 out of 10 games, that world champion's just going to lose because they don't draw their lands. And maybe one of those times is the time that you play them. Whereas if you're the world champion and you're playing against the worst player in the world, you want to play best of 3, because maybe one of those 3 games is one of those 3 out of 10 games where you just lose. But it's probably not going to happen in game 2 and game 3. They just keep answering my stuff, eh? And yet I'm still not under pressure, because I've not focused on this game. I've been talking about this. And we still just have a ton of options, eh? Do I just want to trade that Skydancer for the Gloom Hunter at some point? Yeah, I think I'll just flash in the Skydancer here. Um, but yeah, it's all about reducing variance. Now, a lot of people will think that best of three is. I don't think I want to trade here. I want this to make my other things better, like my Blood Priest. Some people will think that best of three, the only difference is sideboarding. You get to sideboard. And maybe some people, I won't even say don't know how to sideboard. They'll say they don't know how to sideboard, but sideboarding is actually pretty easy. But they think they don't know how to sideboard, or they think that sideboarding is too complicated. But that's not the major reason for me that I prefer best of three. Well, there's a kill target, eh? The thing that I like about best of three is, going into game 2 and game 3, we know this opponent has Swarm Shambler. We know this opponent has a pretty dang big flying Sentinel. We know what to do in game 2 and game 3. Whereas if you're always only playing best of 1, you don't really get to know what's going on. All right, we're going to Blood Priest for 2, and then Royal Eruption the Gloom Hunter, which gives them a insect? I don't really care about giving them an insect, but I care about getting rid of that Gloom Hunter. But yeah, that's my rambling, distracted thoughts on best of 1. You thought I was saying specifically Eldraine. No, specifically all, well, not specifically, but all formats I hate in best of 1. We'll take 4, that's fine. We've got Deadly Alliances and Feed the Swarms here. Feed the Swarms actually probably a good target for that, eh? Zoff consumption me. All right. All right. They're out of cards. They're out of cards. I still don't feel pressured here, which is odd. Got 5 mana to work with. At some point, I should get Zagras down, eh? I don't think that's quite this point. I think we're going to go Night Runner and then eat that Sentinel. To eat it with Feed the Swarm. And then we'll fly in for 2. But yeah, that's my disjointed best of 1 rant. And that's why you will generally never see best of 1 on this channel. Oh, crud. Reach. Oh, crud, reach. Oh, I wish that reach was more obvious. I've done that a lot. Everybody's done that a lot. We're going to drop down Zagras. And we're going to give him a mace. And we're going to correct our mistake. We're going to correct our mistake by smashing in for 7. Get 7'd on. Yeah, Nissa Zendikar gets it right. Because I think it's, arguably part of Arena, right? The flyers, they float and they fly and they do something. The Snarecaster has a little token on it that you have to notice and remember. Maybe I'm weird. I never, ever look at these little tokens. Ever. I don't know what the hell they mean or what the hell they do most of the time. But again, yada yada, Paper Boomer, used to reading cards, used to having text on cards, yada yada. I do miss having text on cards, like when they're just sitting there, as opposed to having to click them. And because you're hovering over them, now your opponent knows that they're reading the card. That can also go on the list of things that I don't like about Arena right now. So I have 1 unknown card in hand. Gemrazor gets you a lot? Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, if there was anything, like if you're going to go with obnoxious animations and floaty and stuff, do it for the Reachers. Do it for the Death Touchers. Give every creature with first strike a giant sword sticking out of the front of it or something. Have defenders have little walls built around them. Lean into it. What are you getting? You're getting a Gloom Hunter or a Sentinel or an Arbor Mage. Maybe you're getting the Arbor Mage for what you think will be lethal. But the Deadly Alliance will have something else to say about that entirely. That is what you're going for, eh? That's pretty cute. That's pretty cute. It's not going to work out the way that you think, though. So what are they going to do? They're going to Taunting Arbor Mage the bug. We kill the bug. And then we block, block, block. We take 1. Seems good. Seems good. And yeah, we're just going to bash in for 7 here. Don't be too harsh on this beta program. It's true. It's true. It's definitely a beta program. Don't let anybody tell you different. But the issue with MTGO, of course, is there's just not that many people playing and people don't watch. People don't watch. I noticed Ethan was streaming yesterday. He usually gets 250, 300, 400 viewers. He streamed MTGO yesterday. He got like 120. And when he rated Semulin, he rated with like 60. Oh no, I have to block the bug. Whatever will I do? This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 10 damage. I am dead. I am dead. Whatever will I do? Alright, so I have to hover over this card to identify that this has text written on it, even though it doesn't have text written on it. Alright, so we kill that. And then we jump here, and we eat this, and we block here, and we take 3. GG. Mwah! My turn. Talking about my turn. Is it because the graphics are better that way more people watch Arena? That's probably part of it. There's definitely an amount of people who are like, MTGO looks ugly. I need my trading card game to look pretty with graphics and explosions. The other part is people play Arena. They want to, you want to see the game you play. You don't want to see a different version of the game that you play. Cardboard Live is a big part of it. There's no Cardboard Live for MTGO, unfortunately. It's tricky. It's tricky. But I mean, it's human psychology, right? People will watch the thing with the explosions and such. So I can see how, because of course people always said this about Hearthstone, and then when Arena came out, they always said it's a better viewing experience. And I always thought that was weird, because I don't think that Hearthstone and Arena are better viewing experiences. Because of course, especially without Cardboard Live, you don't know much of anything about what a card does. On MTGO, yes, it might be small text and you may not be able to, perfectly read it or possibly read it at all, but at least you can try. And at least if the video is good enough quality and they have the proper zoom setting on the card, you can maybe even read what the card says. On Arena, what does Nurlid Colony say? I don't know. I have to ask the streamer to go and hover over it and click on it and maybe scroll down. So I've never understood why these card games that don't have text on the cards are better viewing experiences. They're more exciting because of explosions and stuff, but I think they're more difficult viewer experiences. Yeah, I really like the turn stop control of MTGO. Just having that level of granularity is big for me, right? Because I want to play the game. I don't want to play a video game version of the game. And Arena is definitely kind of a video game version of Magic. But it's the video game version of Magic that we have, right? They're more, yeah, it's a more interesting viewing experience. But I don't think it's as good of a gameplay experience. So you've got something, eh? Enjoy your something. Enjoy holding on to your something. Never played MTGO, but you like the turn stops in Arena. My issue with the Arena ones are they're always vaguely hidden, and I always have like a slight issue of knowing where I am, especially in the combat phase, and knowing when it's going to actually stop for me. Like, I don't even think that Arena, we'll have to take a look. I don't think Arena actually even shows you all of the steps that it should show you in the combat step. Let's get in for 2 here and see what our top card looks like. And then drop a Skitter Sneak. Competition is also tougher on MTGO, that's true. Sky Dancer. Well, I guess maybe we'll just play a Sky Dancer. Yeah, let's just play a Sky Dancer. Swamp and Mucklord. Sure. But I think MTGO had the Windows problem, right? People love to bash Windows. Oh, the new version of Windows? Windows is garbage, right? Am I right? Give me those upvotes because I said Windows is garbage. And they haven't used the new version of Windows. They don't necessarily even know what to say or to think about how to gauge quality of an operating system. But they know if they trash Windows, they'll get those sweet, sweet upvotes and likes. And the same thing happens with MTGO. Might Marasa? Sure. Same thing happens with MTGO. MTGO, that program that's really buggy and costs so much money to play. Oh, give me those upvotes. Give me those upvotes. And MTGO is actually not that expensive. MTGO is actually incredibly similar to Arena in cost for limited. Constructed Arena is fairly decent. So I feel like we should have a lot of options here, and I did hear that battle. We'll get to that in a second. Can I establish the board and kill something? Not really, eh? Because you're a rogue and you're a rogue. We're not going to get any bonuses for them. I'd really like to have 2 mana up for a Subtle Strike. Although if they missed land drops 2 in a row and they just used a Might on Gnarlid, maybe we're fine to just get Smashy here. Let's just get Smashy here. Hey, Montero, how's it going? Get in for 4. Night Blue, thanks for that follow. But yeah, so one thing that people who have not played MTGO might not know is anything that is phantom, so that would be your cubes and your supreme drafts, even though they're not fun, as we'll probably see later today, because I might just try one just to confirm to myself that they're not very fun. Or flashback drafts, or masters sets always have phantom versions. In phantom, you pay $10 to play, which is the same as Arena. 1,500 gems is $9.98. So you pay $10. If you go 1 and 2, so you have a losing record, but you get 1 win, you get $5. You get half your entry fee back. If you go 2 and 1, you get $10. You get all of your entry fee back. And then if you go 3 and 0, you get 150 points. You get $15 plus a treasure chest, which is worth $2 and something if you sell it, and if you open it, maybe it's worth like 70, but maybe it's also worth 50 cents. But it's at least worth $2.30 some odd cents. So Subtle Strike obviously going to do some work here. Still wish I had like 1 more mana, but I don't have like 1 more mana. So I guess what we're going to do is subtly strike the flyer, because it's kind of annoying. Get a counter on Zagras, because that seems like a thing to do. Get in for 5, and then drop a Skulker to have some blocks on the ground. Let's go with that. Also, let's get that battle going. We got 95 people in. This should be quite doable. Yeah, MTGO does Chaos Drafts, which are amazing, although their next Chaos Draft is Masters Edition, so it's going to be nothing but Masters sets. And I'm not a fan of putting Masters sets into Chaos Drafts. Much like I was talking about earlier today, the whole thing I like about Chaos Drafts is that they're bad cards, and they're bad power level, and you have to kind of work around things and figure things out a little bit. And when they're Masters sets, it's just easy mode. JLR with the most kills, Mobile Jam Fran with the most assists, 7 gold to everybody. Alto Guy and David Fast with 2 healers, Ancient Sword Rage with 50 gold, John Redcorn with 2 bombers. It's boss time. If you have epic units, you should use the epic units. I'm going to tank, pop your units in every 5 minutes, and we'll get back to that battle in a sec. Let's fly in for 5. Let's see what our opponent's plan is here. You got a county ambush? So that's not kicked. Okay, so we're just going to synchronize spellcraft that. Boop. Boop. Coming from YouTube? Finally glad to see me online? Yeah, welcome from YouTube. I guess I didn't post what are they called? A post that I was going live today. But I'm on for a long time today. Usually I finish up around 7. Today I'm going to finish up around 10 because we're going to play Among Us at 8 o'clock. So they're tapped out. I guess we should do lethal. I guess lethal's a thing that we should do. Like, I don't know. Do you like winning? Always felt like the traditional draft buy-in and rewards were haphazardly done. Like 3 matches best of 3 is the same games as best of 1. Let's make them cost the same, but the payout is worse. Yeah, I don't think the arena team cares about limited, but I think they especially don't care about best of 3. Like I remarked today, oh wow, look, traditional draft is still on the front page, because when traditional draft goes off of the front page of arena, people think it's gone. I constantly have people coming in saying, wait, you can play best of 3 right now, but it's not on arena. And I have to explain, well, you have to go into the play menu and you have to scroll up and you have to click on this, and that's how you get into there. Like I think WotC would be pretty happy if best of 3 just disappeared. And in fact, I have like 45% odds on Arena Mobile not having best of 3. I think it would be a little bit weird if they did that, but I'm also not remotely putting it past them. Do I play Among Us with people that I know? I do, yeah. Today is going to be with Semulin, who's organizing it, Mighty Linguini. Who are the other? There's another Magic streamer, I think. There's another Magic streamer. But then Alakazam King, Mima the Geeky Granny, various streamers. Semulin tends to put them together, and I join on in. Real life calls, maybe drop in later. Sounds good. Have a good time, Ancient. Pretty sure limited being bad isn't an arena thing. It's more, oh, yeah. WotC, I think, is kind of de-emphasizing limited these days, which is interesting because they have made some very good draft formats. You know, I don't think Ikoria and Theros were good, but I think M21 was a pretty solid core set. I'm loving Zendikar. I think that Eldraine was one of the best formats of all time. I think they might be doing that by accident. I think maybe they're not focusing on limited and they're lucking into these good draft formats. Ooh, a mammoth. Well, that's something that I want to die like now. Yeah, now. Thing you like about Arena and MTGO is that unlike Paper Draft, which gives you gems instead of packs, this lets you potentially go infinite. That's true. And of course, on MTGO, the packs that you win can be used to enter. Like everything you win on MTGO is used as entry fee. I guess we're just going to Spark Mage kill the Blight Blade. I assume they're probably going to, like if they use a Might of Marasa to save that Blight Blade, A+. They don't have anything instant speed, all right. Do I play with non-streamers? If you do, you have to let them know that you are streaming. If you do you have to let them know that you're streaming? No, some people, everybody that we tend to play with are usually streamers. Maybe they're sometimes Semulin's viewers. But Semulin, and I agree with his approach, is that we really like to have streamers on because they're vetted. We know that their mics are good quality. We know that they're not going to just go off and be awful people. And of course, also, if I played with my viewers, they wouldn't be my viewers. I would lose the viewership because they can't watch me while I play, and that's one of the big things, right? Um, but yeah, everybody is well aware that. In fact, most people are streaming. So like, I'll be streaming at the same time that Semulon will be streaming at the same time as other people will be streaming. We can do a Discord among us. But it seems dumbish for me to have viewers on who could no longer be viewers because they can't watch me while they're playing. Because I typically have like 20 people watching, and if 9 of them disappear because they're in the game, that seems very bad. But we could do Discord. Whereas doing games like Jackbox or whatnot, the viewers obviously, they don't have to leave. In fact, with Jackbox games, they can't leave. They need to be in the stream. 8-year-old has asked you if she could play with you sometimes. Told her you don't have that kind of pull in Canada. Fair, fair. We might be able to do a Discord one at some point. Maybe there's enough people in the Discord to do it. Fun fact, Discord is, what is that? Why is it so big? Turn timber. Okay, sure. Well, I guess it's time for Zagras to come out and play. And I guess it's time for us to smush with team. Discord is ruining public Among Us lobbies because people will just tell their friend in the same game, red killed me, vote them off when they die. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I would never play like a public like game of Among Us, just being like, oh, these people are playing. Click. Nope. Not a thing I'm gonna do. Or offer. When am I starting my Halloween stream? 8 a.m.-ish Eastern. 8 a.m.-ish. The plan is usually 8 a.m. to 7 a.m. the next day because, of course, it's daylight savings time. So even though that's technically 23 hours, it's actually 24 hours because we will get to relive 1 a.m. twice. You're starting to play Among Us, but you're the only one who streams. Some say I should inform them all that I'm streaming. It's nice to let them all know that you're streaming. It's also very, you should do it, to be nice and let them know that they're online, but also for your protection, you should let them know, hey, if you do something stupid, you're hurting me. You are hurting my stream. You are hurting my credibility, my image. So for them, and arguably way more for you, you should let them know. So we suit up and almost kill him here. Smush in for 6. Attack, they're going to gain 3, go to 10. Team is fine. We're not losing here. Yeah, I'm Eastern Daylight Time right now. And then, of course, on the second part of my stream, we'll be into Eastern Standard Time. So those people are lame. And they cheat at solitaire. Yeah, I could see that. Don't quite get cheating and stuff like Among Us and party games, like the fun of the game. Yeah, like I had some friends, and even my ex to an extent, we would play board games double block. I didn't expect the double block, but that works for me. Where we would play a board game, especially like a cooperative game, and we would lose a die roll or something. And they would be like, well, let's just say that we rolled it. Let's just say that we rolled a 7 and not a 6. And he's like, why? There are rules. We could take the box off the shelf, put the board game box on the table and be like, hey, we won, and put the board game back. Why would we play the game at all if we're just going to cheat and say that we won anyways? Play XCOMs, the pain is part of the game. Yup. Absolutely. It sounds like chaotic neutral alignment. Yeah, maybe. So they're bringing this back. They can't kick it, so they're going to gain 1 point. They're going to gain 1 life, but they're not even because the Ravager's Mace is just going to kill them. So, I mean, maybe they have removal. So let's just smash with team. Do I play with money on free parking? I don't play Monopoly. I don't play Monopoly. That's a bad game. Last time I played it, I did play with money on free parking, even though that is not actually a rule. That's a house rule that just somehow everybody's house knew about. But did we do it? Did we 2-1? I don't remember what game I'm on because I've had a really enjoyable time chatting with chat here. Look at that. We 2-1. We did it. Well, thanks for hanging out, YouTube, because, of course, this is going to be the end of the YouTube video. As always, like, share, subscribe, and come hang out with these people on Twitch so that you too can chat about anything and everything that is not the actual game that we're playing at the time. But see you all next time, YouTube. Bye.